Hey, all you freaks and geeks out there in podcast land. It's Wednesday, May the 22nd, and you know what that means. It's time to steal home, because you got yourself another brand new smoke-filled and jam-packed episode of the Doctor's Orders podcast with the 512 Foot Doctor. The podcast where I meet with some of the most creative and influential people that I know to share stories from the ride of life. As always, I'm your host, the 512 Foot Doctor, coming at you live, fresh, and direct from the one and only studio of Life or Death. If you're a returning freak or geek, thank you very much for checking back into our regularly scheduled appointment. And if you're new here, tuning in for the first time, welcome to the Freaks and Geeks family. Freaks and Geeks, my apologies for leaving you out there in the wilderness without any fucking smoke signals or anything about last week's episode. We didn't have one. We skipped the week. My fuck up. My apologies. I'm trying my hardest to maintain this fucking Hinchcliffe mentality, of consistency for the podcast, for the Freaks and Geeks. Every Wednesday, 6 a.m. It's going to be there. All right? Rely on it. We're sticking with the structure. Sometimes you got some fucking hurdles. Sometimes you got bumps in the road. But nevertheless, consistency is the name of the fucking game. And we're going to do that for you. We got a lot of good shit planned for June. A lot of good interviews planned for July. And we're going to get there. Just want to give you a little teaser of what we got going on. Really trying to bring some more musicians back. And also sticking with the structure, bringing in the previous buddies, doing some more television reviews. Be ready for that one, all right? You know who's going to come in and sit in on that one. There's also going to be another voice, another mic stepping up in the podcast. He's also a returning buddy of the podcast, so be ready for that, all right? Other than that, I do want to touch on that podcast hotline before we introduce our guest for the hour. Remember, Freaks and Geeks, 512-900-9226. Podcast hotline is still a barren wasteland of no communication whatsoever, all right? We had a couple of people call in, but I guess stage fright, phone fright got to them. Didn't leave, didn't do shit. Just called in, I don't know, got a little timid, got a little scared, got a little afraid, and then didn't follow through with the question. All right, Freaks and Geeks, it's fucking 2025 already. Don't be afraid. Have no fear. The fucking 512 Foot Doctor is here. My apologies. You're part of the fucking Freaks and Geeks family if you're listening. Voice your questions. Voice what you got, all right? We're bringing in some banging fucking guests. Maybe we might not be the people to give you every fucking answer under the sun, but we'll listen to your questions and we'll give you the best answer we got. Can be about anything in the fucking world. Doesn't have to pertain to podcasting. Doesn't have to pertain to myself. Doesn't have to pertain to exactly who the guest is. It can be about anything under the fucking planet that you got a question, some hardships you're going through, some shit you're confused about, something you do want to know about myself or the guest. Step up to the fucking plate. Let's get it fucking going. We need Freaks and Geeks to fucking assemble. Hit the fucking hotline, 512-900-9226. And if you don't want to call in, all right, leave text the number as well. You can text all of your questions as well to that hotline, that podcast hotline number, and they'll get answered. They'll get put top of the list in the fucking recording. You'll be featured. If you're going to call in, we're going to feature you on the fucking recording, all right? And it's going to be a fucking blast. But we need that one motherfucker, that one freaking geek to step up to the plate and throw us a question. That's what we need, all right? I'm going to give you the consistency. I'm going to give you episodes week in and week out, banging fucking guests week in and week out. Shit you might not have thought you knew anything, or shit you may have thought you knew something about, but you really didn't know shit about. Or some shit that you don't know anything whatsoever about, but you're going to be interested. But I need you to hit that podcast hotline up, 512-900-9226. Also text it. It's whatever you want to do. Let's get into this week's episode. We got another returning buddy, a fucking legend of the Doctor's Orders podcast at this point in time. We'll call him the pinch hitter. He's coming through. Whenever we need him, he's there, all right? Whenever you want to go visit him, he's there. Whenever you need someone to listen to, someone to fucking ask some questions, he's there. It's the man, the myth, the legend. A fucking freak and geek that needs no introduction because he's been here. This ain't his fucking first rodeo. And they got one of the best rodeos down there where he's from. Hailing from Harris County. Harris County's motherfucking finest. Put your hands together for the one and only Douglas motherfucking Haseman. What's going on, big guy? What you been getting into today?
Yeah, I went golfing today. It was fun.
Yeah, I thought. I see. I slept up and I thought you said you were going fishing, but yeah, you said you were golfing.
Look at you see how sunburned I am?
Yo, shit, with the little watch joint. Where'd you go golfing at?
Tascasita. It's like up near where I'm from.
Yeah.
It's a nice golf course. It's only like my third or fourth time playing 18 holes.
Yeah.
It's hard, dude. It's like to go through all 18, like it's a lot.
Yeah, they don't even have a lot of I know they have a good fair amount of 18-holers down here, but the one in this town is a 9-piece joint.
Mm-hmm.
So super small little state park. Yeah, but that's dope. How many of y'all played?
Just 3 of us. There's supposed to be 5, but ended up being 3.
And you hit all 18 and shit?
Yep.
That's dope.
Let me see. We started at 9:30, and we didn't get done till like 3.
Yeah. That's not bad. Sounds fun on a Monday.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I had to go to the bank. Like I had to wake up early because I went to the bank before to get like a check, and then golf, and then back to Houston. It worked out because my bank is over there. So then back to Houston to put the deposit down on my new place.
Yeah, let me check these levels real quick while I get fucking ahead of myself.
Yeah, let me know if you want. I can plug that other microphone in, but I don't think we used it. I had it plugged in last time, and it was still going through my computer. So
yeah, no, it's all good. I'm running off this fucking thing. I don't know if you fucked with this. And Freaks and Geeks, please don't get annoyed. OBS software, still fucking around with that. Still trying to finagle that. The last time you and I did one of these joints, I did fucking Zoom, and I want to say that's it. And now I switched over, and again, I'm fucking sounding like a broken record. Switched because I haven't updated you on this. Switched over to Google Meets and then OBS software. But it's giving me some shit because I tried to like start this with the intro, and it was all like echoey. So I can't use GarageBand and OBS at the same time. So I got to do some editing on that part. But it should be all good. I saw your levels and whatnot, so we're fucking gravy. Oh fuck, buddy! I'm volunteering for this like radio station that's in the area. I don't want to give any like call letters or anything out like that, but they're supposed to pop off on like the first of the month, and then like I might possibly doing like an hour show a month or more if I want to.
Man, that's cool. That's gonna be cool.
Yeah, it's all
terrestrial.
Yeah, it's all little volunteer-based shit. And what's wild is, like, they're telling everybody to bring in your own media. If you're going to be the dude that brings in Spotify on your phone, go for it. But if you're going to be the dude that's bringing in fucking vinyl and CDs and tapes and all this shit, they got all the equipment for that. So, buddy, if that fucking goes through, and if y'all ever in the area fucking come through and they're like, you can have guests, you can have them sit down and fuck around and just talk and whatnot. So that's something I'm...
Man, that would be so fun. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's something I'm dabbling into with. I was just in, like, the studio yesterday for, like, a training. Decent-sized little space. I've only been in that, including that one, 2 radio station studios. And they're both... I would say the first one I went into was much bigger, but this one... we had a shitload of motherfuckers in there yesterday, like 6, 7, 8 people. Behind like the desk and the board, it was just 2 heads, but in front of us, it was all the volunteer people doing training and shit. And there was like 6, it's probably like 6 of us crammed in that motherfucker, going over paperwork and shit.
Wow.
But it was pretty dope. I'm excited. I got to go do another one on fucking Saturday, and then I got to do one more before I get on the air. But they're like, we want anybody ready because on the first of the month, we got to start this motherfucker. And if you got 60 minutes, come on through.
Man, you can do that easy, dude.
Yeah, I think so. And it's not talk. It's all music for the most part. It should be all music. You can do all talk if you want to, and
yeah.
I mean, I could do that, but fuck it, I'm gonna take the music approach, and I don't know how many tracks that's gonna be. Maybe 15 tracks. If that's probably more than enough. But you got to screen all that shit, and you got to make sure that it doesn't have fucking profanity on that other bullshit. You got to be super clean, or there.
Can you, if you're doing a vinyl that has profanity, do you have a button where you can edit it?
Yeah. You got a dump button. Or they're also saying there is, from what I hear, there's something that'll reverse the seconds. Like they got that. I don't know if that's on the turntables or not. That it'll just hit that little section in reverse and throw it out there so you can't hear anything.
That's cool.
So I don't know. I suggested that I wanted to do like a blues and like funk hour is my like primary, and then maybe do like TV, movie, video game soundtracks, and then possible other option was like a comedy hour. But that's probably gonna be difficult as fuck. I don't think that one's.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, you can play some Brian Regan.
I think that's gonna be hard because I don't own any of that shit. I mean, like I'm trying to do it as what I own, and I almost own a Dice, but I just own a fucking a Bill Hicks. That's about it.
Yeah, that's not gonna work on the radio.
No, that's not gonna work. And they're just like, just cover your ass, don't offend nobody. So it's like, fuck, I'm just gonna be playing instrumentals for like the first little segment. But it's more so like history bullshit. You get to tell people, or whoever the fuck is listening, or whoever gives a fuck to listen, like information about the artist. It's just research for me. So
yeah, that's like, I hope I can quit yawning. Oh my god. Yeah, that's like my favorite thing about listening to like local radio and stuff is when the dude, especially like, late at night, will come on and be like, man, this band, they got together and blah, blah, blah. Like, what was the jazz station, the KUNT or whatever?
That spells cunt, right? Because it's not cunt.
Yeah.
It's KNTU. There you go.
Yeah, it should have been KUNT, but.
Yeah. I loved that fucking station, dude.
Yeah, it was great.
It was one of, they don't have it no more. It's fucking belly up. But I would love just when I would live there, that's all I jammed in my car. It was just fucking preset number one. I fucked with it.
88.1 or something. 88.9.
The one.
Yeah.
But even then, like going back up there after college and just fucking around, I would always get a kick out of it. And it would even so much so that I remember listening online here, like on the job and shit like that. I enjoyed it that much. I fucked with it. And then they started to like incorporate other shit, and then like they went non-jazz, and then it's just fucking downhill from there. But
yeah, because I remember they had that like play like request whatever you want after a certain time of night kind of thing.
Yeah,
and I think that's kind of like they had volunteers for that and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And even in Austin, they had a lot of really cool radio stations when I was there.
Yeah, a shitload of them. I've been into like one of them, the KLBJ studio. I've been inside that little recording space. I think just once. I think so. But yeah, that's the new venture for your boy, getting into that. But that's about it, man. What about you? You went to you did the golf, you got the new fucking apartment going down. Your lease is up in fucking 10 days and you're flopping in that, or what?
Yep.
Are you the only one there right now? At that one?
No, I got one roommate here.
Oh, yeah?
But two of them moved out, so it's just two. I mean, he's also out of town a lot, too. And yeah, he was at a hotel for the storm, so I was chilling by myself.
All right, so tell me about that, because I don't know any fucking thing about that whatsoever. Like, I guess I don't fuck with weather a lot, and that's not a good thing, because like 2 weeks ago, there was like a tornado and like hailstorm that hit San Marcos, and my dumbass was like, all right, it's bowling night, boys. We're gonna go fucking, dude, it was wild. Like, fucking power was going out in the alley, on, off, hailing its fucking ass off. And there was a fucking tornado, like, I don't want to say touchdown. I don't want to give you the wrong information, but there was a heavy tornado warning there. And I was kind of fucking on edge because it was like, I don't want to go out like this. There's a bunch of fucking bowling balls here. Like, I'm just trying to finish the fucking game. But what's up with that? I don't know anything about that until prior. I do know a little bit, not a lot, but I know like it fucked some shit up.
Yeah, so I didn't know it was even supposed to rain. I left my house at noon that day to go to Home Slice. We have a Home Slice here now.
Yeah.
Leave my house at about noon. check the weather like I always do before I leave, and it wasn't supposed to rain. I looked at the radar and everything, and it had like clouds coming to Houston, and then just like separating around Houston. So I was like, no big deal. It's probably not going to rain. Then I go home slice. I go to my friend's house. We're like, let's get in the hot tub. It's nice outside because it was a pretty day.
Yeah.
So we get in the hot tub, and then it like starts getting kind of dark. But this is like 6-7 p.m. So I was like, oh, it's just getting dark kind of early today. And then it starts kind of sprinkling, and then it starts raining real hard, and we run inside, and then it just like ripped through. Like I've seen videos. I didn't see because we were in like the west side of Houston, so I didn't see everything.
Yeah.
Like actually ripping through, but yeah, I've seen videos, and it was crazy. Thankfully, I was in a parking garage. Like my car was in a parking garage. I was in like an interior like apartment. Like
was it a tornado?
There were tornadoes because so what happened is like the wind was like coming through downtown and making tornadoes like in the building.
That's weird.
Because it was like the most of the time we get wind like that, it comes from the southeast. Yeah. Everything's kind of set up like that, and this was from the northwest, so it was like totally opposite from what we're used to.
Did weather even prepare the Weather Channel even prepare y'all? Like, yo,
no, I don't think anybody really knew about it till it was like happening. Like nobody was prepared. That was another thing is like a bunch of windows got broken downtown because, usually people prepare. They come with the roof. Put their patio furniture up and whatever. Yeah. But everything's just out and blowing around in the winds. There was like street signs all over the place.
Yeah, I saw a couple of like restaurant videos of shit cracking out, windows breaking and whatnot.
Yeah, it was crazy. And still like a lot of places without power. I'm lucky I have power. I got power on like late Friday night.
Yeah, that's so weird. Like
a lot of people don't have. People right around me don't have power on the east side of town.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy, dude. Didn't know any fucking thing about that whatsoever, and that shit just pops off.
Yeah, it was crazy. Because with a hurricane, you can prepare. Everybody's like, "There's going to be a hurricane. It's touching down here. Yeah, it's touching down now, or whatever." But this was just like all out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's some shit. So you said you make some wings? Did you make some wings?
Hell yeah, dude. They were good. They were probably some of the best ones I made. I mean, the wings themselves weren't great. I went to Kroger instead of H-E-B. I should have done that, but H-E-B's prices are too crazy, dude. I've been going Kroger. It's cheaper. Yeah, I'm over there. Yeah. And then wine selection's good too. Yeah. But anyway, I got the wings from Kroger. I got everything else from H-E-B, but I made I just got like the H-E-B brand wing sauce for one flavor, just hot wing sauce. Then I had a garlic parmesan I made. Okay. Just butter, garlic, and parmesan. Like finely grated parmesan is really good. It was because I usually use like just the box of parmesan you can buy. You know what I mean? But I've been buying just like the like grating. I was like, what? I don't know why I just never had a cheese grater. I was like, why? What am I doing buying pre-grated cheese? So I bought a cheese grater and I've been using it.
Did you get that big pyramid one looking? The pyramid looking one?
Yeah, cool. I wanted to get one of those cool ones. It's like a sideways one with a box under it, but
yeah, those will fuck you up.
$40. So I was like, let me just get this $10, and it works great, just like the one I grew up with. Yeah. But yeah, grated parmesan in that with the garlic and butter, and then the other sauce was like soy, oyster sauce, garlic, pepper, a little bit of fish sauce, just like kind of like an Asian, kind of glaze. Yeah. And then with the wings themselves, I cooked them. I just baked them with fresh rosemary, fresh thyme, and fresh sage, a little dry oregano, a little bit of za'atar, a little bit of cumin, a little bit of paprika, olive oil, and garlic.
You got that baking rack so they get a little crispy?
No, I pretty much just did them in a Pyrex, which they usually get crispier than they got, but they were still a little bit frozen, so they got kind of a little liquidy, but they should have been crispier than they were.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I used to make some wings in the oven. It takes I don't want to say it takes a long ass time, but it just gets fucking hot.
Yeah,
like that's it.
I burned my thumb, dude.
You what's that?
I burned my thumb.
Oh shit! I've never used the baking rack, but then I started just fucking with the air fryer, and that's been all right.
We have an air fryer, but it's so small. Like, there's no way I would have been able to fit all the wings in there.
Yeah, you got to get a decently big, John. Like something you can do at least half your order in. Did you get all? Now let me ask you this on the wings. Did you get both wings and flats? Are you going?
Yeah. Okay. Flats, we got both. Yeah. I like both. I mean, I think we've had this discussion. I think
probably. It's a great debate.
Yeah, it's very important. It's near and dear to me. And I've gone back and forth on which ones I like. I used to always be drum guy. Then I was like a big flat guy. Now I like both.
Yeah.
They both get everywhere. I did also get a big fat thing, a Kin's Steakhouse blue cheese dressing.
Ooh.
So good.
Yeah, love some blue cheese. Love blue cheese dressing, dude. That sounds fucking pretty good. I fuck with that.
Waffle fries. I made waffle fries too.
Oh yeah, I've been fucking with HEB. How the fuck do you make waffle fries? How'd you do that?
They were just a fair brand new bag.
I got you. Yeah. I've been fucking with HEB's sweet potato fries, the frozen joints, and they're decent. I like those. I've been doing them in the air fryer. It works for you just like we pretty much just circled around. If it's big enough, it'll fucking do the job for you. So it's always comes through in the clutch for me on like sweet potato fries and shit like that. I don't know. I would say I use it quite a lot during the week. I try to use it as much as possible because I tried recently to go back to just the regular toaster oven, and that motherfucker wasn't pulling its weight like I thought it used to.
Yeah, no, toaster ovens suck. Air fryer. I've never had an air fryer until this house, and I actually do really like it.
Yeah. No, but I think that's the biggest realization I really came to recently was the whole which one's better, and it's definitely that fucking air fryer. I forgot where the fuck I was going with the French fries and bullshit, but it's whatever.
Talking sweet fries.
So back to the whole fucking cooking thing. And lately these episodes, a lot of episodes just been surrounded around food with some other talking points, but fuck it. I can talk about that.
Me too. It's my favorite thing to talk about.
Have you been cooking for yourself lately? Like, do you cook for yourself? Or no, let me rephrase
like
it.
At least once a week, sometimes twice a week. Sometimes more, but and even when I'm like quote unquote, like not cooking for myself, I'm still making frozen pizza. I'm still like I don't go out too much.
Yeah.
No fast food ever. So it's like if I'm gonna get like maybe I'll get a quick meal like at HEB or Trader Joe's. We talked about Trader Joe's last time. Get some snacks like frozen snacks, but yeah, like last week I made bulgogi. I have like 5 standard recipes that I just kind of rotate through. We talked about bulgogi on here.
Pause that real quick, because did you hear Trader Joe's got peach cream cheese?
Ooh.
I follow this fucking thing on Instagram that gives you like the monthly updates of
like the new shit that they have.
The new shit that's dropping. Lately they'll fuck you up though. They're always having these fucking recalls. I'm glad that I don't fuck with any of that shit, but I did see that they had this peach cream cheese, and that sounds pretty fucking good. I stumbled upon this peach cream cheese and rosemary sea salt bagel.
Ooh.
Fucking fire. All right, back to you on the fucking where we were just at about the meals.
Last week I made bulgogi one night, and then I made some brownies. Just like box brownies, but I dressed them up. I put a little halva on there, like a sesame candy thing.
Okay.
It was kind of just made like a chocolate peanut butter type thing. It was good.
I can't bake for shit anymore. I think I used to like attempt it with cakes and brownies and bullshit like that, but
no, I'm the same. It's so hard. You got to be really precise, and I don't like cooking like that. But this was again a Trader Joe's just box of brownie mix, but it turned out really, really well. What else? I make. I told you about the gnocchi. Did I tell you about the Italian red snapper I made with the gnocchi and the
I don't
arugula?
think so.
That's my new favorite Italian thing to make.
Yeah,
it's like a sheet pan gnocchi. You just do like gnocchi with like a potato dumpling with like cherry tomatoes, red onion, garlic, and then like you take it out, you mix the garlic all up with like olive oil and lemon juice, and then you make a salad basically with arugula with it. It's really good. Anyway, and then I just made like a red snapper fillet to put on top of that. So yeah, I'll mess around sometimes and do some fun recipe, but for the most part, it's like bulgogi. I'll do bratwurst. I'll do spaghetti, pasta sauce. I'll do meatball subs. I'll do carnitas. I do these. That's the other thing. I knew I made another thing last week. I made like an Italian like pulled pork sandwich.
Okay.
So I call it like white people carnitas. You basically make it like you would make carnitas, but instead of like Mexican Coke or orange juice or whatever, you just use white wine and whatever you season your Italian food with, and cook it for like 6 to 8 hours, and then you just have that pulled. Put it on like a hoagie roll with provolone and some sautéed spinach.
That sounds good.
It's real good. Yeah, but stuff like that, easy crock pot meal. I love cooking, but I also, I don't want to use every single pot and pan I own every time I cook.
Me neither. I've been like,
it's pretty simple.
Oh, you can get carried away from the pots and pans easily, for sure. Recently, I heavily favor the Instapot. I heavily favor the air fryer, the fucking deep saucepan. I know I butchered that term. I should get my fucking pan knowledge up to date, but I don't have it. I'll fuck that one up pretty heavily. I don't have like a big, deep boiling pan, so I'm having to use a fucking Dutch oven to like prep pasta and shit. I need to get one of those soon. Most definitely, I got to get one. Where the fuck was I going with this? I'm a heavy clean as I go guy because I got this big ass like sink that it's just one well. It doesn't have the double well.
Oh, yeah.
Everything goes in that bitch, and as soon as I'm like can get away from the stove for a little bit just to let it do its fucking thing, I'm rinsing and throwing in the dishwasher.
I'm the same. Yeah, I do the same thing. That's why I can't cook a big involved meal because it's like, well, now I need that bowl I just put in the dishwasher, and now I need fork I just put in the dishwasher. You know what I mean?
And I only fuck with one cutting board, so I'm continuously having to wash that bitch.
Oh man, that's one thing I do have. I have a bunch of cutting boards. I have like 3 or 4 cutting boards, different sizes, shapes, materials. I also, I cook almost everything in a cast iron too. Mm-hmm. Really easy to clean.
That's my fault. That's another one I favor too. Yep. Yeah.
I want to get a big pan, like a real nice, big, deep pan with a lid. Yeah. That's my next purchase.
I want to get all stainless steel shit. In all honesty, I don't want any like Teflon coating, but I feel like the next one I'm gonna buy is gonna have a Teflon bottom, but be oven safe. I've
phased out a lot of my Teflon stuff. I have like mostly I have stainless steel, I have copper, I have cast iron. I do have a Teflon wok and I have a Teflon rice pot. Mm-hmm. But that rice pot is so good to make rice in. Yeah. I think the Teflon is the reason it's good.
There's this big ass pack of pots at HEB. I don't know if you've seen it. It looks pretty dope. It's like $150. I just haven't sprung for it. And it's got a shitload of pots and pans in there, and it's probably one of the best like pot and pan combos that they have. It's all oven safe. That's the biggest venture I want to fuck with is oven safe shit, so I can throw it. I don't want no hand grippers or fucking
plastic handles.
Yeah. Let's do away with that shit all day long.
Yeah, like even my main pasta sauce like pot, I made a short rib ragu in the oven with that, like a Dutch oven. So I do kind of want a Dutch oven too.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're just fucking heavy. I have the crock pot.
Like most stuff you make in a Dutch oven, you can make in a crock pot, but I feel like the Dutch oven would make it better.
Yeah, the Dutch oven's pretty good. I do fuck with it. It's a very. It's not a specific tool, but it can come in handy quite frequently. You can use the fuck out of that thing. It's utilitarian, just like fucking cast iron is.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck else? All right. What about knives? You got a go-to knife that you fuck with, style or anything like that, like chef or Santoku?
I like a big chef's knife with a big butt and like on the end of it. That's really all I care about. Or I guess is that a spine or I don't know what you call that. I think the spine is the top and that is the butt, the side or the heel. I don't know. Anyway, I like that. All I have right now, I have a Cutco that I stole from like a roommate in college a long time ago. It's been sharpened a few times. It's pretty good. And then I have just a couple like smaller knives that are nowhere near as good. Like one, I think an IKEA knife or something. It didn't even have a brand name on it.
Yeah.
I had some knives I got from the dollar store that were pretty sharp when I got them. I bought them for camping. I was camping and I was like, dang, we need knives. And stopped in the dollar store, got a pack of knives, and they lasted a really long time until they just started falling apart.
Yeah.
Like literally the handles just started falling apart. So I don't have any good knives. My roommate that just moved out did have, those nice Japanese knives and sharpen them and stuff. And those were awesome and they're great to cook with. But last time I cooked, I cut myself with a paring knife, like bad, deep, bad. I was bleeding all over everything. And it was right at the beginning of the meal. I was cutting a bell pepper.
Oh, that
and I was
sucks.
I was trying to reinvent the wheel, trying to cut open a bell pepper a weird way. Just went
rolling
straight.
It or what?
No, I had it in my hand and I was trying to cut the core out like this.
Oh, yeah.
Taking the top off and like pulling the core out. I was trying to be, I don't know what the fuck I was trying to do, but I sliced my wrist like real bad. And then, I wrap it up. I finish, clean it up. I'm doing everything, I'm cooking. And then I'm going to put the fish on the baking sheet. And I just start seeing blood. And I'm like, damn, how is this fish bloody? And then I realized I'm bleeding all over the fish that I was about to serve people. It was a dinner party.
Yeah, that sucks.
So I had to like cut that piece of the fish off, like clean the whole baking dish, get a new baking dish. It was embarrassing. It was really embarrassing.
Yeah, that's hard shit. Whenever you cut, like, that throws everything the fuck off. Your next assignment is get this motherfucker to stop bleeding and then try and pick up from where you were. And it's a pain in the ass because it doesn't ever hurt. It's just like, motherfucker, now I got this cut. I got to fucking clean this shit up. And I got fucking everything going in the back behind me.
And then also I work with my hands. So I'm constantly, I work washing my hands and touching stuff. And so I can't really wear a Band-Aid.
Yeah.
And then it makes me just like handicapped. And then, dude, as I'm talking about this, I sliced the tip of my thumb off the other day at work.
Oh, shit.
And then when I was making those brownies I was telling you about, I cut myself on a whisk. Like, you can't really see it, but this one, like, you know how a whisk has that little...
The circle thing?
The little circle that holds everything together. I was just gripping the shit out of that thing.
Yeah.
Really whisking. And, that, again, I bled on the baking sheet when I was trying to do that. And then, today I burned my thumb. I've just been having bad luck, but... I mean, obviously, I guess to answer your question, I do cook for myself enough to injure my hand 3 times a week.
That's some shit right there.
Right now.
Well, I try to cook as much as possible. If I go out, it's probably like Friday, Saturday. Honest, man, if I'm not going to fucking be a complete jerk off, sometimes it's Sunday too, but just for like one meal. But definitely, I don't like cooking Friday dinner because I've hit it Monday through Thursday. And then Saturday just rolls into fucking, let's do it again. Like, fuck.
So, I pretty much only cook if I'm, like, off that day. Like, Mondays I cook because I'm off. Wednesdays I'll cook because I'm off. And sometimes Sunday I'll cook when I'm off. But usually Sunday I'm feeling kind of lazy, especially because I know I'm going to be cooking on Monday usually. Yeah. Monday's like I go to the store and cook day. Damn, what was I going to say? Fucking...
No, I don't know. For me, the weekend is just, I don't want to do it. Even though I love fucking doing it, unless I have like a plan to, all right, I'm going to do this fucking special thing on that day, then I'll do it. But usually, I don't know, it's weird. Like, as much as I enjoy cooking for myself and or others, I don't really want to fuck with it on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Yeah. Well, see, for me, like on the weekends and days I work, I go to work and eat like a giant meal they feed us like at 3 p.m. Mm-hmm. And then I'll usually get some food to take home or something. Or just like they give us a big snack, like a bunch of fries or something like that. So I'll usually eat like another small meal. Yeah. And then I'm just like, I'll do it all over again the next day. I won't eat till 3 p.m. the next day. So that's like kind of my intermittent fasting I do. Yeah. But then it keeps me from having to cook or go out, on days that I work. But days that I'm off, like my number one concern is like, what is going to be my big meal for the day? Yeah. Maybe I'll do some snacks, but I'm going to have one big meal. And I'm probably going to cook it. Yeah. And if I don't cook it, then it's going to end up being Chipotle or like a poke bowl, or if I'm really feeling it or have somebody to go with me, I'll be like, let's go out to dinner.
Let me ask you this. Y'all got kava up there?
We do. I've heard it was good. It's a burrito place, right?
It's like a Chipotle Mediterranean spot.
Yeah. I think if I'm not mistaken, it used to be called like Noon or Noom or some shit,
Okay,
or Noon Mediterranean. I don't know,
that
but
sounds familiar. That does.
either that they got bought out or they changed their name or something. But it's
Yeah.
a similar concept. So you make basically a burrito bowl but with like quinoa and shit, right?
I don't know. I haven't been there. I kind of like am I'm anti it because I'd rather go to a different spot, a better
Yeah,
Mediterranean
just
spot.
like an actual halal spot or like a
Yeah, correct.
like good. Yeah. But I mean, the same thing. Like, I don't feel that way about Chipotle for some reason because going to a Mexican food restaurant is like a thing. You're gonna have chips, salsa, and a margarita, and like an entree. With Chipotle, it's like this is one burrito that I'm gonna eat. You know,
Yeah,
it's not. It doesn't scratch the same itch.
it sucks. I'm not a Chipotle guy though. Like it doesn't do it for me.
Dude, a lot of people aren't. Most of my friends aren't. I have like one friend that likes Chipotle,
I will say
but I eat it every 2 weeks, dude.
yeah. So that's one of the big things that you heavily fuck with is some Chipotle.
Yeah, when I'm busy, if it's really when I'm busy, or if like if my day gets like turned topsy turvy, like maybe I forget to eat, and then I have to go do something, and then I get done doing that, and I'm like I'm starving, I have to eat right now.
Yeah.
Then I'll go to Chipotle because I'm in and out in like 5 minutes, and then I go home and just like take my shirt off and just eat this Chipotle like an animal, and then take a shower because Chipotle will stick on you.
Yeah.
I feel like I smell awful after I eat Chipotle, and I will say it does mess my stomach up, but I do not care.
That's why I don't fuck with it because it fucks my stomach up.
I don't even care, dude. It's so good.
On the flip side, I do have an appreciation for their rice, so much so that I have the bootleg recipe to make the fucking
The cilantro lime rice.
But I don't
It's
think
not
that's
that home.
I don't think that's fucking up people the fucking stomach there for some
No,
people.
I'm 99% sure it's the hot salsa.
I think so.
When I get the hot
I would
salsa, it's messed up.
That's
And I
the
did an
red one, right? The dark red one?
Yeah. And an experiment where I was like, let me get the mild salsa. No stomach issues at all. But it doesn't taste good. It's like really not good without the hot salsa. That salsa is kind of what makes it.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know.
I know that after I get Chipotle, 4 hours later, I'm gonna be shitting and it's gonna hurt. It's not gonna be a fun shit. It's gonna be I wish this would end right now.
Yeah, that's why I stay away from that shit.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Damn, dude, I'm looking for something to fucking watch, but I think I'm just gonna put this on. Oh, reliable. Let's hit fuck it. Let's do this. Okay. So we hit the fucking the Chipotle. What was I gonna ask you? Something. You ever heard of chicken saltimbocca? Chicken saltimbocca?
No.
It's a dope ass little Italian dish, and the last time I described it, I kind of butchered it. I didn't fully do it justice, but it's like a thin chicken cutlet. You lightly bread it, and then you put like a bay leaf. Is it bay leaf? No, you put a sage leaf in the cutlet, like with a toothpick, and then you saute that up for a little bit, and then you take that out. And you deglaze the pan with some like white wine. I prefer Pinot Grigio. And then you deglaze the pan. You throw the cutlets back in there. Let that simmer. And then you make yourself a little like butter pasta. Oh, I didn't describe the deglazing with the Pinot Grigio last time, but that's where it. Oh, is there? Oh, my fault. Hold on, I'm still fucking it up. You take that cutlet, you lightly bread it, you put some prosciutto on it, and then you put that fucking sage leaf in there, and then you lightly fry that bitch, and then do it the same way. But that shit, you should try that. That fucking kills. It's one of my favorite things to fucking make. I've made it like twice. The first time I fucking destroyed it. The second time I didn't let the fucking alcohol deglaze the pan enough, and it kind of got a little Pinot Grigio chickeny, But fuck, I don't think I can hear you. Oh wait, yeah, I can't hear you.
Oh, my bad. I was muted.
There you go. You're all good. It wasn't that long.
I was moving my computer.
It's all good.
I was basically just agreeing. And I did say you have to send me that recipe. That was one of the things.
I'll send you that motherfucker. I got it. I do have it in my phone. It's a good ass fucking recipe. And I was I discovered this new tzatziki. Like, I've been fucking making a lot of tzatziki lately, but there's one thing I hadn't been fucking with, and brings everything into the fucking picture. It pushes that fucking envelope of just halal or Mediterranean food and really fucking knocks it out. Well, I think these two things. I had never been adding dill to my tzatziki sauce.
Oh yeah,
that's
you
a
have to.
fucking banger. Have to do that shit. And then I threw in some. Come on, dude, say the fucking name. Cheese.
Feta?
Yeah, I threw in some feta in there, and that
Nice.
even set it off even harder. But yeah, the dill. I didn't know how important that flavor was, and it's a big like necessity for a solid tzatziki. And I don't know, it that umami balances well with whatever like shawarma or something, whatever you're doing.
And I mean, I just do store bought tzatziki every time I make Mediterranean food at home. But I should make my own because it's really just it's just Greek yogurt, cucumber, dill.
Yeah, it's super easy.
Maybe a little lemon and then feta or whatever.
I put like 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise in it, and it was good. I usually don't do that.
Yeah,
But that did it good. I should have used a light mayonnaise, but fuck it. I'm watching in Lighthouse right now. You ever seen that?
is that the one with Willem Dafoe?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw that.
I fuck with that movie heavy. This is like the second time I've seen it, but it's a good movie. But yeah, that's that tzatziki shit. I don't know. I like, and I'll throw you that other recipe for the chicken saltimbocca. It's fucking good.
Yeah.
Do you fuck with recipes? Do you follow recipes when you're cooking?
Yeah, usually. I mean, I'll look up a couple recipes to get the gist.
Yeah.
Like when almost every time I make risotto, even though I know how to make it, I'll look up 3 recipes and then find something that one does different than the other and try that time.
Mm-hmm.
Like usually when I think of a dish, I look up 3, 4, 5 recipes and mix them my own way.
I definitely agree on that.
I very, very rarely just follow a recipe, and then even when I do, I don't do a lot of measuring. Like I measure rice, and I measure. That's it. I measure rice, and that's it.
I really like to find the one recipe that I like and that I fuck with the most, and keep that one going. Because I will go through a couple, and then I'll discover, oh, fucking A sucked, B was all right, but C fucking hit, and let's pull that. Let's keep that going on.
Yeah.
So I dig that. Do you fuck with any like chefs or anything? Like, I don't know, YouTube chefs? I fuck with a couple of them that I get a lot of like recommendations from. But do you fuck with any chefs specifically?
Not really. I mean, I was a big Alton Brown fan, especially like during the pandemic. He would do a lot of stuff. And then there was some guy who, I mean, usually it's individual recipes that I'll find. There was another guy who made like garlic noodles, like a San Francisco Chinese food version of like garlic noodles.
Yeah.
And I still use his recipe for that. I can't remember his name. He's an Asian guy, I think, from San Francisco, obviously. But I looked up a couple of his other recipes, and he was the one who kind of like, I always knew about pasta water and putting it in like the sauce. Yeah. But he kind of put me on to doing it in Asian food also to make it. He didn't putting Parmesan. He put Parmesan in the garlic noodles. They were so, it's so good. It's Parmesan, oyster sauce, fish sauce, soy sauce, any kind of brown sauce you want to put in, hoisin or whatever, and then a ton of garlic. Yeah. And then you just, make some noodles, put the pasta water in there, mix it all together.
Do you fuck with sesame oil?
I love sesame oil. Yeah, I actually use some on the wings.
Oh, that's good.
I use a little bit in almost everything, just because it adds that little nuttiness, that little something extra. Yeah. Pretty much anything but Italian food. Italian food will go all olive oil with a little bit of butter. Mm-hmm. Any kind of like Cajun food, a little bit of sesame oil. Asian food, a little bit of sesame oil. Any kind of Mediterranean food, sesame oil. Okay, I haven't fucked with that. I need to do that. Yeah, not a ton. You really only need like 2 drops. I mix it in with the olive oil. I usually use olive oil as like a base. Okay, I got you there. Like, say the recipe calls for like 3 tablespoons of olive oil or whatever. Mm-hmm. Then I'll do like 3 drops of sesame oil. Usually in like the Asian cooking, they usually see it. I don't want to say it's usually meant for at the end, I feel. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I used to not do that, but now I've recently been doing that. I was doing that with like good olive oil for a while. Yeah. Because you buy like, the big jug of shitty olive oil and you use that for the cooking. and then finish the dish with like a nice, expensive olive oil.
Did we talk about your favorite thing to cook?
No, I don't know if I have a favorite thing.
The equivalent.
I guess my favorite thing really would just be fish that I caught. Like having like cooking the fish that I caught is just like love that. And then really anything Italian.
What's the equivalent to the Chipotle necessity in your life, but something that you cook? Would it be fish?
Oh, no, it'd probably be bulgogi. It'd probably be beef. Oh, bulgogi or steak. I guess steak. Steak would be it. Steak.
Yeah, I had to get off the steak. I haven't had steak in a minute, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
I love steak.
I had to cut the reds out.
Why? You got high cholesterol or something?
I don't. It's probably in the fucking family genes and shit, and it ain't like it could happen. Sure, yeah. Goddamn Mexicans.
Yeah.
So,
I got all sorts of blood pressure problems and heart problems and shit, but I'm just kind of letting it ride. I'm gonna see how it goes.
Ride the hot head.
Yeah, dude, I love red meat. I will never stop, dude.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I do, but I haven't had any of it in a hot minute.
That's crazy.
So I skipped the whole fucking Freaks and Geeks. My apologies. I skipped the whole intro segment. Album of the week. You got any albums that you've been fucking with that you want to share? Just one specifically, if you can think about it. If you want, I'd like to share mine. If you want a little time. You got anything?
Yeah, you go. Yeah, I think I have one in mind. And do I have to just do one? Because there's two. They're vastly different.
Yeah, you could do two. So this has been the first one that I think I've possessed. Like I have usually just been describing them as albums of the past. But I don't know. You ever fuck with this one? Herb Alpert's Tijuana Brass Band? Fucking
yes.
So this one's crazy. It's whipped cream.
Who played bass for that?
What's up?
Who played bass for that? I think I know the bass player. Not like this, but is a well-known bass player.
Oh damn! I don't know. It doesn't say. It doesn't give the. It doesn't give the instrumentation on that. But
I want to say, is it Pino Palladino? Maybe.
I'm not sure. There's no names on it. The only reason I'm a fan of this album, but I'm a fan of it just for the lore of the cover. I fuck with the music. It's heavy on the 70s, the dating game type vibes.
Yeah.
I mean, the tracks are Taste of Honey, Green Peppers, Tangerine, Bittersweet Samba, Lemon Tree, Whipped Cream. That's just the A side.
Yeah, Whipped Cream is the one I know. I know that's one of the main songs I know.
Yeah. So
but Pat Senator is the bass player. Yeah.
I almost went to go see Herb Alpert's in Austin when he came to ACL Live, but I just didn't. I didn't pull the ticket. I think I fuck with the album. I fuck with the album cover. Do you know anything about the album cover?
Oh yeah, I know they had to use shaving cream.
Yeah.
Instead of whipped cream because the whipped cream is melting.
Yeah. So it's got. If you've never seen the album cover, Freaks and Geeks, it's this is probably going to be the cover of the of this week's album or podcast art, quite possibly. If I can put my I think I can whip that up. But it's a woman. I don't know what her name is. She's completely nude, but she's got whipped cream, shaving cream, but whipped cream all over her body. This dropped in the 60s. I want to say late 60s, going into the 70s. And this was an album that it's Doug, why the fuck are you listening to this? You're too young for this shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a goddamn naked woman on this fucking cover. Very taboo, I feel, in households of the mother, the father, whoever, not wanting that in their house because of what it portrayed on it. So it always had that mysterioso album art cover to it. It's a very, very fucking popular album. You go to any used record bin, you're gonna find a couple of copies of that bitch, and it's been parodied. The album cover is very popular. It's been parodied so many times. So that's my album of the week. Herb Alpert's Tijuana Brass Band, Whipped Cream, and Other Delights. Go check that out. What you got?
All right. Well, I got two. The first one isn't really an album as much as an artist. Do you know who King Von is?
King Von. It sounds familiar.
He's like a Chicago drill rapper.
Okay.
I think he's dead. R.I.P.
I've only heard the name.
But he goes hard. He goes real hard, and that whole genre is just fun. Like that Chicago drill rap. I mean, it's I say it's fun. It's like teenagers killing each other, but it's fun to listen to. And then an actual album. I want to say I've even maybe told you this one on a previous episode, but it's RX Bandits is the band. They used to be called the Pharmaceutical Bandits. They were a ska band.
Okay.
Their first 2 or 3 albums were ska, and then their last 5 albums have been progressive rock, but a really, really, really unique and cool version of progressive rock.
All right.
And they still incorporate a little trombone here and there, but a little synthy stuff happening, a lot of guitar effects, really top-notch drummer, and I think they live recorded this whole album.
Right.
I think they live recorded a couple albums, but definitely this album is live recorded. And you can kind of hear it in the songs.
Have they done any Tiny Desk stuff?
Oh, I don't think so. Yeah. I doubt it. But they're tied into the bands Minus the Bear and Botch. I want to say they share a guitar player.
Okay.
With definitely the guitar player for Minus the Bear is the guitar player for Botch.
Yeah.
But I think he's also the lead singer for RX Bandits and guitar player.
All right.
I could be wrong about that. But they're definitely adjacent. They're in the same realm. And they're so good. And that album, I was listening to it today, actually, in my car. And it's one of those albums that I've been listening to since high school because it came out in 2006, I think.
Okay.
Or 2004. And I was listening to it today and just noticed how awesome the bass lines are. I was like, man, these bass lines are really killer.
Yeah.
And it's just one of hundreds of examples of songs that I kind of rediscover now that I play bass and being like, man, this had a lot going on, under the scene,
Yeah.
Under the melody that I never really paid attention to.
It's so weird. As a guitar player, that's the bass line's the first thing I like to learn. It helps me. I feel like it helps me the most. I'll learn it on guitar, and then I'll just throw the chord progression of that, and then just try and hit little fucking solo loops, solo melodies.
Man, I really wish I would have done that as a guitar player. I never did. I was really I would listen to the drums, and I still do. When I listen to a song, I hear drums always.
Yeah.
And then slowly after several more listens, I'll hear how everything else interacts with the drums.
Yeah. Because I like to play that bass line as on guitar. It sounds dope too, but I think the reason I like to play it is because I can go up to the higher strings and transpose that melody just to the next octave and fuck around with that.
Yeah, exactly. Or find a harmony. If you find a good harmony to the bass line, you can use that as a solo jumping off point, Yeah.
Oh shit. So let's see. Why do you fuck with that album? Is it because it takes you? Is it nostalgic?
Well, it's a little bit nostalgic, but I actually didn't like it when I was younger.
Okay.
Because I like them as a ska band, and then I hear this album and I'm like, yeah, this isn't what I signed up for, Mm-hmm. But then I guess I like the fact that it won me over later in life. It won me over, I think, in college, and then I like the fact that the lyrics are substantial, even though I'm not a lyrics guy. There's some really good lyrics in there, really fun, alliteration type stuff, but also politically relevant lyrics that were relevant then and they're still relevant now, and a lot of anti-war stuff like that.
Yeah.
And just it's so tight. It's in being live recorded, and they're so crispy, and they do these tempo changes together, and they do these starts and stops together, and it's kind of one of the first times in an album that I've ever really felt that energy of a live performance come through in the album, because you do hear them slowing down and speeding up and stopping and starting together in a really natural way, and not with maybe they're using a metronome, but I don't think so. It really just sounds like they recorded it all in one take. I doubt that's the case, but You can tell that they're recording it live, and I really enjoy that.
Okay, so you like when a group of motherfuckers works together, like almost in silence, and can do a tempo change or even a groove change.
Yeah, and seeing that stuff live, man, is just.
I want you to fuck with this track that I love it so much. It's Albert King's Crosscut Saw. It's off the. Here we go. It's off the. What the fuck is that one? I Want to Get Funky album.
I found it.
And
but it's under Born Under a Bad Sign on this. Hang on.
No, it's the I Want to Get Funky. So like, it's got this like, I don't want to say. It's got this like, it might be bossa nova, really Georgia the Jungle like fucking, just groove and beat in that Born Under a Bad Side one, but in I Want to Get Funky, they started off with this really fucking groovy fucking version of it, and it sounds nothing like the Born Under a Bad Sign version. And then
I added them both to my playlist.
Like 3/4 of the way through, he just goes into this little rant, and he's just like, all right, let's take it like we did in fucking 65. And then boom, they go into that one. And then at the very end, he's like, 1, 2, take me back. 1, 2, 3, 4. It goes back to it. Just seamlessly, yo. It's so fucking good. I love that track. It's not the original one's not as good, but that one is very, very fucking good.
Oh yeah, and I'll send you the album I was talking about because it's so good.
Yeah, I want to check it out. That sounds like some good shit. You good on time?
Yeah, I'm chilling.
What's the numbers on that game? Who's winning? Still up?
Angels came back. It's 9-6.
Oh, that's not bad.
We dropped we let them get I don't know 7 runs in 1 inning. It wasn't cool.
What inning is it right now?
It's in the 7th, bottom of the 7th. We're batting 1 out.
Okay. I know we talked about it last time, but I have not let off how much I'm fucking with MLB lately. Like, I pretty much watch every game. As long as it's not 12 o'clock, because I can't fucking make that one. But yeah. I'm pretty much watching every fucking game, and I'm really liking it.
That's pretty awesome.
Did you fuck with that? On a little bit of sports tangent, did you fuck with the Tyson Fury fucking Usyk fight last week?
No, I don't really watch many combat sports unless it's on. Like, I'm not gonna seek it out. You know?
I'm the same way, but I knew this one was special. I know about Tyson Fury. I know about fucking Usyk, and I was like, this is gonna be good, and it was fucking good. It was a true example of like a high point for boxing. It wasn't fucking Logan Paul, Jake Paul bullshit. It wasn't as much as I love fucking Nate Diaz. It's not Nate Diaz coming in fucking boxing and shit like that. It's like these two motherfuckers are here, and these are two of the highest able boxers in the world. And that's it, in the fucking world, not just the United States, like in the world. We're gonna see some shit right here, and it was really good. So that's why I stuck with it. I really fucked with it.
Yeah, I watched a little bit of the Canelo fight. What was that, 2 weeks ago or whatever? Mm-hmm. Just because people were watching on their phone at work.
Yeah, and I feel like with him, it's just like I don't know. Sure, and again, I don't have a fucking box to stand on when it comes to boxing whatsoever. But just what I observed from Canelo, it's just like that's definitely a spectacle that he's putting on. He's towards the end of his career. I guess he's closer to the end of his career than he is the beginning, and he already set his path. He already accomplished some amazing fucking things. It's just not. I don't know. It's almost Mayweather-like for me. It's not entertainment when you're just seeing this dude go up and not have a challenge whatsoever. Just fucking knock everything down that he's going up against. But that's why I don't know, don't fuck with Canelo. But hey, that's just me. If you're fucking with them out there, you're fucking with them. So, do you fuck with the Jinx on HBO?
Oh yeah, you asked me that, and I'm trying to remember. That's been going for a while, right?
So it's been going since like pandemic, but the original shit popped off during COVID, and that was just the Jinx Part 1. But recently, they
Oh, that's the Ruby. What's her name? Right? Is that the? Wait,
no, okay. So that Ruby, fuck, what's her name?
I can't remember because there was a time in COVID where that's all I watched was all
Are you
that
thinking
true crime.
Gypsy Rose?
Yeah.
All right, Gypsy Rose. That one's fire. You watched the FX one with Joey King and my girl Patricia Arquette. That's the one you're talking about. Did you? So you watched the HBO like special?
Yeah.
Okay, that one hits. But now that you said no on the FX one, go watch that shit. That one is good. I don't know if you do. I fuck heavy with the I guess you could say the reenactment of those true crime events put on by HBO, put on by FX, put on by these other production companies. Do you fuck with that?
Yeah, but they got to do it right because sometimes they really do a bad job with reenactment. Because I mean, again, I went through a lot of those before it was really super popping.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they were kind of just putting that kind of stuff on Netflix.
Yeah.
I went through every single one I could find. Amazon Prime too. And yeah, sometimes they would get just the worst actors, and it just looked not believable.
So did you fuck with the Gypsy Rose whole like story? Did you dive into that?
Keeping it up a little bit like now too.
Yeah.
But not as much. And I don't remember. So the Jinx is the one where the dude pushed his wife down the stairs and it turned out that an owl attacked her, right?
No, the Jinx
That's the staircase. That's the staircase.
The Jinx.
What is
the Jinx is Robert Durst, and he was.
Oh, when he confesses in the bathroom.
Yeah. Killed a lot of motherfuckers though, yo.
Yeah.
And that was Houston, Galveston area. You didn't did you run into any of that or hear about? Remember?
Yeah, I heard about it, and that's basically kind of what they based True Detective on, right?
Maybe.
I think it's like partially just the fact that there was a serial killer in that realm, in that area, because the guy that wrote True Detective is from this part, like from somewhere in East Texas, I believe, and so he kind of just took the lore of the serial killer and added a supernatural element and made a show about it. But as far as that's loosely based on the killing fields.
Did you fuck with the newest True Detective?
No, I haven't heard such bad things. I didn't even watch it.
I think it's good. It's as much as I wanted to like the second one, the Colin Farrell one. And the third one, I think this one's not bad. It's very The Thing. John Carpenter's The Thing. That's the biggest thing I can compare it to. That one's good. I fucked with it. And then that new Fallout is good. I don't know if you've been getting that.
Oh yeah, I watched that. Yeah. That's the most recent thing I watched. Really, I really enjoyed that.
Did you ever play the game?
No,
neither did I.
Me either. I heard you don't need it, but I heard it's basically like it's not really characters from the game. It's just like a story that they extrapolated from the game.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, a good way to do a video game because you don't.
So.
Otherwise, you kind of pigeonhole yourself into what a character is able to do or what a character is supposed to do.
Just based off what we know them to do and shit. Yeah. Back to the true crime. Do you got any? Oh, hold on. So The Act. It's called The Act. That's the Gypsy Rose like. Dramatization. I didn't use that word. That's the Gypsy Rose dramatization on FX. Fuck with that. That's really good. If you like that whole case. But yeah, I've been fucking with the Jinx lately. I'm trying to finish it. Just the second part. It's a whole lot of information that wasn't presented in the first one, which is, I mean, that's what a part 2 is supposed to be. But it's good. It's entertaining. I'm liking it. Did you fuck with, the assassination of Versace? American crime story?
No, I want to say like somebody was watching that and I was at their house and I was kind of half paying attention, but it did look pretty interesting.
That one's good. American Crime Story really does a lot of good shit. They did that one. They did the OJ case. You seen that one where Cuba Gooding Jr. is fucking OJ?
No, I haven't.
You should see that. That's some shit. If you're down with it, that's all FX. Fucking John Travolta's in there. The dude from Friends who's also in fucking, I think Ross. I think that's his name. The dude from Friends, Ross. I don't know because I'm a Seinfeld guy, and I was gonna
like David Schwimmer. I think David.
So. I think so. I was gonna cite Wonder Years, not fucking Friends. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that one's good. The American Crime Story OJ trial. That one's good. And then they went off and did some bullshit with Monica Lewinsky, and that I didn't really fuck with that one. Like, I was disappointed.
It's like, I don't know why people are beating that dead horse. Yeah. It's like, I feel like we got everything out of it that we could get.
I was really disappointed in that one because Word on the Street was the original option for that season. Was American Crime Story, something based on Katrina and all that shit. And I was like, I'm down for that. Could just Katrina corruption and all that type of shit.
Yeah.
Like, I was there for that. Do you got like a favorite true crime case?
Ooh.
Or like killer or whatever?
Not really. I mean, I'm trying to think. There's got to be one. Well, there's the Candyman from Houston or whatever. I guess that's not. They haven't really done a documentary on that, I don't think.
What's that about?
I'm trying to remember. I'm gonna do a little Google real quick.
All right.
See when it was, but I think it was a dude, literally like a dude luring kids with candy. I think.
Yeah, that's weird. I'd like to look up some of those Houston true crime shit because I don't know much about that, and I'm sure it goes down heavy because it's fucking heavily a port area, you know.
Okay, it was Dean Corll. That was his name. American serial killer and sex offender who raped, tortured, and murdered a minimum of 28 teenage boys and young men between 1970 and 1973 in Houston and Pasadena. Mm. So this is also partially True Detectives, partially based on this, I believe, too.
Okay.
It was aided by 2 teenage accomplices. And I went to high school with a kid with his last name, and it makes me wonder if he was related at all.
Yeah. But it's the Candyman?
Yeah. Oh, he was called the Pied Piper. The Candyman and the Pied Piper because he and his family had previously owned and operated a candy factory in Houston.
That's some shit right there. That's weird.
Yeah, isn't that fucking... So, yeah, that would be a cool documentary. I think they probably made a movie about it.
I'll have to check that out. I don't know anything about that case. Never heard about that. That's dope. There's, aside from that fucking, the new Austin shit with the Rainey Street Ripper, dude, like, what?
Man, that's exciting, too. That's really exciting. I want to see where this goes. Because he's only getting like, gay dudes mostly, right?
Yeah. My guy, do you remember that dude... in Denton with the long fucking hair, fucking, I'm sure he was on the fucking trans wave, you know what I'm saying? Do you remember this motherfucker? He would always walk, very petite dude. He would always walk like the perimeter of campus, and he would attend too. Whatever. Fucking long ass, fucking wavy Kenny G type fucking hair. And just always dressed to the T's in some fashionable shit. Do you remember this guy?
Oh, no.
Very feminine, very flamboyant.
We're talking about Nathan Rule?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I feel like, didn't that guy have like short hair?
He had all kinds of hair. I remember it being long for a while.
Yeah. No, it wasn't that guy. No. Damn, I wish you knew this dude because he would always walk like that West Oak area. And I would always see him in that area, and he got fucking pinched. Years. This was 2017 that he was found fucking off in the fucking lake, the river.
Oh, really?
Yes, dude.
No way.
And I remember seeing that motherfucker on campus, and I was like, was that one of the early joints? Because that's the same like premise, and it was in that area. I want to say this was more Town Lake, I think they're finding him in Town Lake.
Yeah,
but that was a long while ago. This whole recent little stint that's been popping off with the Rainey Street shit that's been like massive in the numbers. Fucking, I want to say more than 10. It's got to be more than 10.
Right.
And again, this was a long while back.
The cops keep saying that it's just drowning, right? They're like, no, there's no foul play, blah, blah, blah. Like,
yeah, I think so.
No way, though. But there's no way there's not a serial killer.
Yeah. And I mean, you understand alcohol and shit like that, but come on, this is that many. Put up a fucking fence or something then, dude. If it's not some guy fucking getting off on this shit.
It is a funny bit, though, if like if he killed, like, your friend or something, you're like, oh, he wasn't gay. He's not just killing gay dudes, guys. like
yeah, that's good.
Just like defend your friend, like in his death.
Because you don't want to believe he's gay.
Yeah, or like his family, like his grandma is gonna go to the funeral and be like, "It wasn't a serial killer, Grandma. Don't worry. It wasn't the serial killer that kills gays, Grandma."
Oh fuck, that's good. That's fucking good. Damn, dude, I wish we could. I remember this fucking guy's name. I only remember what this motherfucking looked like. Imagine Kenny G, but.
Okay. I remember. He got killed. God.
Yes, and he popped up in the lake. Like
in Austin.
Yeah. But again, not in this whole Rainey Street shit is so recent within the last 2 to 4 years. This was outside of that window. But same type of profiling on motherfucker that's popping up in the lake. So that's crazy. Freaks and Geeks, that's your fucking Rainey Street report, the Rainey Street Ripper.
Yeah, dude, you should on the radio show. You do the Rainey Street report. You know how fucking like how many people are going to tune in to the Rainey Street report? You gotta be like interviews though, like on the street.
Gotta go down there. But if you go down there, you could end up in the fucking river, dude. That's the thing.
Oh man,
fuck, that's crazy. That's wild. Oh man! All right, let's come down a little bit. Woo! I like that. Are you reading anything?
Let me look at my bookshelf. Nah, dude. I think since last time you asked me that, I don't think I've read anything. I've read like articles.
Okay. I finally finished that fucking Bourdain book, and it was beautiful. I loved it.
Medium Raw or which
one? Kitchen Confidentials. Finished the whole thing. Almost cried at some points, dude, because it was like, fuck. He's like sharing this information. It was I want to say it was a chapter where he went down this list of like needed tools, devices, fucking just things you need to be successful in the kitchen. And I was like, God damn, this motherfucker's going into detail. And there were some really, really good parts on that shit. And I do want to give a shout out to this one fucking guy on YouTube. I forgot his name because I only haven't been. I finished the book with his fucking help. What is it? The Mind of James? If this motherfucker ever listen to shout out to him. The Mind of James. He just reads a shitload of books on YouTube. He gets the flack for like some people don't like this or that, or sometimes he'll in a recording you'll hear the dryer go off or some shit like that. He's not doing like the recording professionally. He's just reading the fucking book. But I pretty much audiobooked the whole thing, but I was reading through it word for word as I was listening to that The Life of James dude read the book. And he's got a shitload of other books on YouTube. So he might have read something you want to listen to, but he did a fucking good job at it. But yeah, it was a good book. I haven't really, really liked that one. I have read something else. I've been reading that Marfa for the Perplexed. It's pretty good little shit. It's got like it's broken into like two parts. The first part is a lot of historical stuff pertaining to Marfa and the surrounding areas of that region of Texas. It goes into like some really old dates and like talking about proprietors of buildings and shit like that, and architects going there, and authors and all this. Like, I think they used to have a plane race that went through Marfa and shit, and just like the heavy history, the heavy military presence there as well, heavy cowboy presence out there, and that was really good.
Send me that because I'm going to forget that.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. Marfa for the Perplexed. And then the second half is more like, I think, modern interviews with town folk. So I'm pretty much stopped right there trying to get on that second half. But it's cool because some of the shit, like I forget who the author is, but he wrote all of them. They're all like they're all little short journal entries, but they're, I don't know, 2 to 4 pages per little entry. Which makes it good because you're only on that subject matter for that little length of time. There's not long ones. I don't think. No, like 10 or 12 page ones. And he would date them at the end. So for some of the more recent ones, I've been able to go to like Instagram and follow these people still. And the weird thing is, or the difficult thing is that being Marfa, not often is that shit going to be still existing, and for like a few of them they are. I think there's one called the Food Shark, which was like a food truck out there, really early one. Yeah, so that's just some shit I've been fucking with.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I got a shitload of books, man. I got time. Fucking summer vacation's coming up. I need to fucking finish that and then just go on to another fucking book. But that's it on that. What's up with the footwear, though, yo? What you got on feet? What's going down? I know this is a question I haven't got to in a lot. You got anything that you're favoring lately?
I mean, my favorites are my blazers. I can't wear those my high top blazers.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't wear them in the summer because I only wear them with pants.
Oh yeah.
Really haven't gotten much new. Those, and then I have those and the Vapor Maxes, which I think the last time you asked me this question was like years ago, and I'm pretty sure those were my answers.
Yeah.
I did get my boots refurbished, like the ones. Well, I got a pair of my dad's boots refurbished, but they didn't do a great job on like the inside sole.
Mm-hmm.
They fixed the whole outside beautiful, but the inside's still very uncomfortable. So I don't wear those, but they do look really good.
Yeah.
But I got my like favorite boots refurbished or whatever, and they're beautiful.
That's cool.
But other than that, not much. Just I wear sandals a lot. My Nike sandals, my Chacos.
Well, I can talk to you about this. Those fucking Action Bronson slides.
Oh, I haven't seen them.
I thought you had. Fuck, they look. I'll have to send them to you. They're fucking dope as shit. They're really like based off Picasso and shit. So I'm interested in those.
I haven't seen them.
But then what I've been trying to get on is New Balance made this. Do you know what the Yeezy? What's that like? Very Croc Yeezy that's out. You know the one I'm talking about. Yeah. I don't remember the name of it. Wave Runner or some shit. New Balance did something similar to that, and I really fucked with it. I really wanted it, but it just came and went. I never got a hold of it. It was like $100, and I'm kind of trying to get something like that. Just an all-purpose, almost Croc-like, but more. I don't know, more shoe kind of like at the same time. So
I don't know. I do have a pair of Crocs. I might start wearing those again.
Yeah,
going through a phase with them, but I just feel goofy. I'm like, dude, I can't wear Crocs.
I can understand that. I'll have to show you the fucking Action Bronson ones and the New Balance ones because they are dope as fuck. Damn.
Yeah, shit goes on.
All right, so what about? Let's get that Roostars update. What the fuck happened with that when you texted me that shit?
Well, they came in. It was I want to say I didn't really take care of them, but I want to say it was like the daughter graduating from college or something.
Okay.
A lot of like her and her friends.
Yeah.
And then the dad. And I don't even think the dad was he's like adjacent to the family or something. But anyway, they brought a whole box of banh mi. Dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they brought. I mean, for the staff.
Yeah.
Which was pretty awesome.
That's cool on that level. Like,
it's still not my favorite banh mi, but it's okay. They put like a mayo or something on there that I don't really like.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
A free banh mi is a free banh mi.
Yeah, 100%. I enjoyed it. It was good.
Hell yeah, that's cool. All right, any bucket pools? Have you fucked with it's Monday night, right? Are you gonna go tonight? It's too late.
Oh, it's way too late now. Yeah. And plus, yeah, I'm worn out from golf. I can't even believe I've made it this far.
Yeah, we're on the home stretch. Have you gone back at all?
No, I haven't, dude. I'm honestly like, I want to get to where I like really want to do it.
I see.
Because at this point, it's like
You're forcing yourself to do it.
Yeah. I don't want to be like that. I want to be like, all right, I got this. I'm doing it.
Yeah, that's not good. You don't want to do that.
And I think maybe it never happens. Maybe it'll happen in a week. Maybe it'll happen in a year.
You're still fucking funny, you fuck. It's
Thank
still
you.
good. You got some bits in there. That's good shit.
One day.
Yeah.
But I am also about to move right next to to the riot. Not right next to it, but very close, walking distance.
Mm-hmm.
More excited about being walking distance to the Mediterranean place right there.
Yeah.
That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a big problem, dude. Because that's like a bodega. It's like a corner store.
Yeah.
So it's,
is that the one you told me about as well?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Stop.
Okay. Yeah. You did mention that. You did drop that one. I remember that.
I haven't been in a long time.
Yeah. Where is it, like, in relation to that previous joint you were at?
The apartment wise, it's like on the other side of. Because do you remember going from my apartment to Rudyard's or no?
And that was at the other one, right?
Yeah, not my new one.
I think so. It wasn't that far, right?
No, it wasn't that far.
Yeah.
But this is going to be a little bit past Rudyard's, like another, I don't know, 4 blocks or something.
Okay, I got you. You liking it or what? Is that?
I think I'm gonna like it. I don't know. It's literally exactly what I used to live in. Same concept, but a different,
like a little kind of boarding house type vibes.
Like a quadplex, like an old house they turned into 4 apartments.
Okay. What made you go to that?
Well, I was looking for something within a certain price range, and I didn't find anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found this place and like 2 other places, but this was like I found like 3 other places, but this was the least shitty by a lot.
Yeah,
it's still not. The kitchen is not ideal, but I think I can get some stainless steel tables or maybe a little island and work with it.
Is it bigger than that kitchen you had at that spot?
It's hard to say. It's a different shape. It's like square instead of like.
Because that was real galley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I liked it. I loved it. But this one's going to be, it's like a bigger, I think it's bigger square.
Mm-hmm. Is it upstairs or downstairs?
Upstairs, unfortunately, for moving, but I don't mind it. I mean, I don't mind some stairs.
Are you still biking?
Hell yeah, dude. I went on a early bike ride. Last week I went to Sam Houston National Forest.
Okay.
It's beautiful. Like, I didn't really expect much. I was like, this is going to be, just a place to ride my bike in a straight line for a long time. But it turned out to be like really, really pretty. And I also kind of had to like off-road a little bit to get out there, which was super fucking fun.
Yeah.
That was like, taking a couple like service roads and some gravel roads. And then basically I would just go until I found a closed road and then ride my bike on that closed road until I found out why it was closed.
Did you go with anybody or by yourself?
No, by myself. I don't really have a lot of friends that bike. I actually have like 0 in Houston. So
I got you. That's good. Because you hadn't been doing that for a minute, as much as you had been, right?
No, I haven't. Well, because where I live now, it's like a death wish to try to like ride my bike. So I have to like drive somewhere to ride, no matter where I'm going. So I'm like, if I'm driving to ride, I might as well, go out into the woods and be away from cars and also be in a prettier area. Dude, it was silent. It was kind of eerie in a way. I mean, you just hear birds chirping.
Yeah.
I didn't know how thick the trees are out there. It's
Did it get creepy?
Not really. I mean, I didn't even see any I saw one snake.
Yeah.
Ton of mosquitoes. I didn't really see any like deer or coyotes or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
You know anything? I hate to take it back to fucking true crime bullshit. You know anything about Lincoln Park? Not Lincoln Park. Lincoln Park in Baltimore?
I feel like I just heard something about
Check that out. That's a creepy fucking park that's like big death vibes. Big, like, this park is so fucking big that there's murders popping off in this bitch.
All right.
Lincoln Park. But yeah. All right. Back to the fucking, back to you on that one. Check that. It's a small little blurb.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah. But that's good on the biking, dude. All right, let's close this one. Let's round this fucking off and get ready to close it. Let's talk. We haven't ever really got into this, but the whole NFL experience. You and I talk about it quite frequently. You share a lot of shit. You've shared a lot of shit with me about it, and I appreciate that. I think it's fucking great. I love hearing about that shit. Even though I don't care for the even though I respect, but I don't care for the organization. It's dope to see you doing that shit. Since I follow fucking all Pittsburgh shit, I hear them talk about their organization holding tryouts, and I'm like, God damn, if only, I wish. And even just like, come work at fucking Heinz Field, I'm like, fuck, dude, if only. I want to sign up. I want to fill out that application and go fucking put my hat in there. But your whole NFL experience, tell us the organization you work with. I think Freaks and Geeks are already going to fucking know. When did you start doing that? And I know there's like different news at the current like standpoint of it, but fill us in. Go for it.
So yeah, it's started it 2 years ago. I literally saw a Facebook ad for trombone player or not trombone, it was just for the Texans band. It didn't really specify, but I was like, I'm in my living room. I had a trombone that was essentially decoration at that point, and I was like, I haven't played that thing in a long time.
But that's your fucking where you cut your teeth at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it was just something that kind of stuck with me, So I was like, let me just go ahead and try out. And I really didn't have high hopes, but I went and tried out and did decent at the tryout.
How was that whole process like?
We walk into a dark room, like set up some snacks, you get a little number, you go into this dark room with like 4 or 5 people behind a desk. It's really exactly like a jury. And you have a music stand with the music on it, and there's a prepared piece and sight reading.
Was that at the stadium?
Yes.
Okay.
It's in like a locker room.
Yeah.
And then, you kind of like an interview, tell us about yourself, blah, blah, blah. And then, the rest of it was real like corporate, HR, like we go to an HR meeting, we go to a gambling meeting where they explain why we're not allowed to gamble in any sport ever. Okay. And all that kind of stuff. And then, we just we played in the parking lot. We played for all the training camp, any kind of like Texans event, we'd be there playing little pop songs and whatever. And it was honestly just like super fun. Yeah. It was like pretty much minimum wage. Everybody was losing money doing it, but we all had fun. Yeah. And they decided to cut the brass and just do a drum line. Because I'm assuming Pittsburgh, they just do a drum line, right?
I know they have their whole drum like thing, but I think they've got a band as well. I'm almost certain. You rarely ever see them. They're more like stand heads. I hardly ever see them.
Yeah, the Texans band, I like that. Like after they cut the brass, there was a lot of people that have been in the band since before the team. Because the band was a thing before the team, if you think about it. Because they set up the team. They do this, they do that. They get everything ready. And then, who's going to play draft day, when they're drafting their first team. So the band was there when they drafted the team. Yeah. And some of the dudes that were in that band were in the band with me this year. Yeah. Like we had an event, the uniform release party. So it was really kind of sad to see their reaction to it. It's such a big part of their life for over 2 decades. That's pretty, just to have it all taken away just because they wanted to change. Like that's the reason. The reason for it is because they want to change. Yeah. But anybody listen to this, go ahead and sign the petition, save Deep Steel Thunder's brass. There's you can find it on Facebook. You find it on my Facebook.
I'm going to put the link in the fucking show notes too.
Yeah.
Is it still open?
I'm not sure. Maybe it had to reach a certain amount to stay open, or I'm not sure. I haven't checked it in a while.
Yeah.
But if it is, and even if it isn't, go ahead and write to the Texans if you're passionate about music and keeping music and football. Because to me, a band does kind of make
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a good part.
The brass, and you're like, all right, now it's fucking football time, dude. So I don't know. It does suck.
Yeah.
It was really fun, but I am a little excited to have my Sundays free to watch.
Yeah, I can imagine. Dude.
It's going to be a little exciting. It's bittersweet.
Yeah.
I only did it 2 years, though. For a lot of people, this was like a big thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's up. Well, fuck, man. You got 2 years out of it. I enjoyed fucking watching all of it. Fucking looking for you out there, telling motherfuckers that the boy fucking Douglas Haseman is fucking tooting along out there on the field. The pictures, the fucking, all that shit was fucking sick, man. So if they, hopefully they can work something and bring y'all back, that'd be pretty fucking dope. I would dig that. So I think we got 107 days till fucking football season, dude. That's what it is right there. OTA starts tomorrow. How you been liking your rookie mini camp there?
I haven't really been keeping up with it, but I feel like it's going to be a good season.
Yeah.
And nobody's gotten injured yet, right? I haven't been keeping up with it.
I don't think so. Does Houston have like that random jerk off social media dude that's really funny with and passionate about like the Texans?
We had a couple, but I wouldn't say really funny, but there's a few that are pretty funny.
Yeah.
Most of them are like, they're all Houston sports. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
I can't think of anybody that's specific to Texans.
There's this one dude on YouTube that fucks with the Broncos a lot. I forget what the fuck his name is, but he was funny. There's Big D.
Yeah, it seems like that's a big choice to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All in on one single team.
Yeah. There's this one. The Pittsburgh dude's name is Big Deke, and that motherfucker puts in the hours just reporting on fucking Steelers shit. It's good. There's a couple of Steelers dudes that do that whole thing, but I find him the funniest. But I just go into that just for the mundane update, the mundane off-season update, and like the comedy aspect of it too, because they try to get funny with it. But man, that's all I got.
I was looking for some like a funny football thing, or like a funny fantasy thing. I feel like that's a niche that's kind of like unfulfilled.
Yeah.
But then again, it's like it would have to be so specific.
Yeah. I think the funniest like sports thing out there is I always butcher his name, Pat.
Pat McAfee.
Yeah, he's the fucking funniest out there. Their whole little tribe. Him, and then I will say the Barstool Sports heads are funny. I do fuck with them. And then there's another group of jerk-offs, like East Coast heads, that they do... What the fuck do? They do like stock picks instead of... But they're still fucking East Coast jerk-offs, and it's still funny as shit. Yeah, they're funny. But that Barstool Sports team they're pretty funny too. There's this one dude named Jersey Jerry. He's a big fucking Steeler fan, and he's funny as shit. Degenerate gambler, but funny as shit. But I don't know. Have you ever fucked with them? I know it's like it's been out there for fucking ever. But the Barstool Sports team itself.
Not their sports stuff, but they have like the other offshoot podcasts. I've listened to those a couple times.
They're pretty funny. There's that one fat dude that knows like all the information, like the stats. He's almost like the modern day Schwab. He's funny as shit. He's definitely on the spectrum. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but he knows all the fucking information. And he's I don't know. He's a fat dude, but he's going on this thing recently where he like goes on walks with like Shaq and talks, and goes on walks with like fucking Charles Barkley or somebody, and just fucking has a little talk about sports history. That motherfucker's knowledgeable as shit.
That's pretty cool.
Do you remember that show, Stump the Schwab?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I remember the like the concept of it, but I didn't really start watching ESPN until like college.
Yeah.
Like, how late did you go?
What do you mean?
Stump the Schwab.
I don't remember, but that's classic old, like, if you've never fucked with it, go fuck with it. It's got the Schwab and it's got the late great fucking Stuart Scott that made it even that much fucking better. It was such a good show. And that motherfucker knew everything. All stats, fucking wind directions, all this shit, dude.
My nephews are like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was wild. Fuck, he could give you any date, any fuck. It was crazy. Really fucking funny shit. Oh shit, man. Well, fuck. What's the score of the game?
Oh my god, it's the bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, 3-2 count. Jordan at the plate for the tying run.
Oh,
that's why I'm getting a little quiet, but I can't help it.
It's all good. Well, shit.
Walked him. No, did he call it? Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Let's close this motherfucker out and get to that. I appreciate you for coming through. Really fucking needed it. It's always good to check in with you. You got to fucking come down here sometimes. We can fuck around with some shit. I'm off all summer long. There's a fucking spare spot for you to stay here when you get the chance. We can fuck around and do fucking anything we want to.
Sorry for being so fucking tired, man.
Nah, it's all good, dog. Thank you for being available. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. You're a funny fuck, and the Freaks and Geeks fuck with you, no doubt. Throw us some shout outs if you want. Tell the people where they can find you, any important dates, shows you want to, and just fucking send us off.
No shout outs, but very important date for Bird Law, June 29th. It's a Saturday. We're going to be at Back Pew Brewing in Porter, Texas. Got good beers. They have a really good sound. Actually, I think we bring the sound, so we'll be pretty good because we're going to be doing our own sound. But definitely come out to that. It's going to be good. Yeah, that's it.
Hell yeah.
Got a lot. I got. Then next time I'm on, I'll do a big announcement. It's under wraps right now.
You got some shit?
Yeah, it's not that big. It's a medium big announcement.
Well, Freaks and Geeks, that's all she wrote. Once again, I want to thank my guest, Douglas Haseman, for coming back in and doing another podcast, sharing all sorts of information and funny shit. Just good conversation between two good fucking buddies. Douglas Haseman, thank you very much for being on the podcast once again. Always coming through. Always just ready to be a fucking another mic on the podcast. Make sure you go follow him on Freaks and Geeks. I'm going to drop his link to his Instagram in the show notes. Make sure you hit that up. I'm also going to drop the link to the band that he's in, Bird Law. That's going to be their Instagram link's going to be in the show notes. Also very important, he's been a member of the Deep Steel Thunder Band for, like he said, 2 years. And unfortunately, the organizations, the powers that be over at the Houston Texans have decided to pretty much just eliminate that organization entirely. So make sure you go check that out. There's a link in the show notes, like I'm saying. That one's really important. I've already signed it. The first day that motherfucker put it on his Facebook, I went over there, I fucking logged in, I signed it. I don't fuck with the Texans, but he fucks with the Texans heavy. That motherfucker's a diehard Texans head. And I have great fucking memories of just communicating back and forth with him about the Steelers-Texans rivalry and just having great appreciation for both organizations, having a great appreciation for my appreciation of the Steelers, I having a great appreciation for his appreciation of the Texans and the Oilers. So, and it goes back that deep. Make sure you go support him in that, at the very least, all right? There's a link in the show notes. It's under the bold font, Save the Deep Steel Thunder Band. Sign the petition below. Doesn't take a long time. Just let's get that done. I think at the time of this recording, there's like 1,000, I want to say 1,144. It needs 1,500 to make it to the next move. So hit that up. The least you could do is hit that up. Thanks for listening again, but make sure you hit that up. Also, let's transition this over. Do me a favor. Make sure that while you're going to follow Doug on his Instagram, while you're going to go follow Birdlaw on their Instagram, while you're going to go sign the petition to save the band, make sure that you follow myself, the 512 Foot Doctor, on Instagram. And make sure that you like and subscribe to the podcast as well. Make sure you can find it on any podcast platform that you prefer. And we are also releasing every episode on YouTube. So if you're a YouTube head, you want to check out the audio there, video soon to come. You also have YouTube to hit that up. And again, like I said, leave a comment, rate the podcast. It really helps get the fucking wheels turning on the podcast. This is a one-man fucking show, all right? One-man motherfucking show. There's a lot of support in and out everywhere that this is being listened to. You're supporting this motherfucker as well, but we just got to continue to keep the wheels running. Like I said, hit up the podcast hotline, Freaks and Geeks. Drop a question. That's what it's there for. You drop the questions, we drop the answers. 512-900-9226. If you need a text in your question, text in your question. But we just need one. We need that one person to come through to break that fucking dam through, and then it's all over from there. It's just going to fucking continue to flow. Remember, the Doctor's Orders podcast is a Life or Death Studios production. Freaks and Geeks, until next time, we'll see you on the next one. Don't be late.